All right, today we're doing something a little different. They're going to take just one single verse from the very end of the Bible, and we're going to put it under a microscope. And you might be thinking, why just one verse? Well, because this one, it has the power to totally change how you see your life. Not in the future, but right now. So let's get into it. So here it is, Revelation 22, verse 5. On the surface, this sounds like, a beautiful description of heaven someday, right? No more darkness, no need for lamps or even the sun, because God himself is the light and will reign forever. It's awesome. But here's the kicker. What if this isn't just about the future?
And that's really the heart of what we're digging into. Is this verse just a wish-you-were-here postcard from some distant paradise? Or is it actually a declaration of a spiritual reality, something that became true for you the moment the old system of religion ended and the new one kicked in? Come on, let's unpack this thing.
Okay, so to really get a grip on what this light is all about, we have to first understand the night, the darkness that it completely replaced. And to do that, we've got to travel back in time, back to the Old Testament temple system. So try to picture this. The holiest part of the old temple, right? The inner sanctuary, the place where the priests did their work, was literally physically dark. I mean, it was a place defined by shadows. It was designed to be a place where the full, unveiled, radiant presence of God was kept separate from people. That physical darkness, man, that was a powerful symbol of what was going on spiritually. And this is where it gets really interesting. Let's geek out on the Greek for just a second. When the verse says, "there shall be no night," the word it uses is nix. Now, this is so key, because nix isn't just about the sun going down. It's a symbol. It stands for spiritual darkness, for ignorance, and for that deep, painful separation from God that was the whole point of that old system. So you see, the old system was just limited. By design, the priests were fumbling around in this near-total darkness, working by the weak, flickering light of a single lamp. Think about that. Their spiritual vision was just as dim. They were totally dependent on this external, man-made light source. And on top of it all, this massive, heavy veil was there, physically and spiritually blocking anyone from getting to God. It was, in every sense, a world of shadows. But then, boom, everything changed. A completely new temple shows up on the scene. And this one, it operates on a totally different principle. Welcome to the world of light. Just look at this comparison. It lays it all out perfectly. The old temple's inner sanctuary, dark. The new temple, which is you, the believer, is now filled with God's glory. The old one needed lamps and sun. The new one, nope. Christ is the inner light. The old had a big veil keeping people out. Now, we have direct access to God. See, this isn't something we're waiting for. This is a now reality. So where does all this light come from? Well, Jesus himself tells us, point blank, I am the light of the world. He is the one, final answer to that problem of finluix, that deep spiritual darkness. When you follow him, you are literally stepping out of the world of shadows and into a brand new kind of daylight. And that is why Revelation 22:5 can say, they need no candle, neither light of the sun. It makes perfect sense now, right? In this new temple system, his body, the church, we just aren't dependent on external stuff anymore. No more rituals, no more man-made religion. Why? Because the Lord God himself has moved in. He's become our everlasting, internal light source. And listen, this is not just some high and mighty theological idea. Paul makes it super personal. He says that God has shined in our hearts. The light isn't out there in some building anymore. It's an internal illumination. It's you knowing God's glory directly because it's been revealed inside of you through Jesus Christ. Okay, so we've got the no night part covered. That's all about this incredible internal light. But what about that second half of the verse? And they shall reign forever and ever. You might be thinking that has to be future, right? Well, let's take a look and see if that's also a reality for right now. The Bible actually lays this out like a clear progression. It's incredible. First, it says, you have been made a king and a priest. Past tense, done deal. Then it says, you shall reign in this life through Christ. And right now, your spiritual position is seated with him in heavenly places. So you see, this isn't about waiting for a throne someday. It's about wielding spiritual authority over sin and darkness and fear today. So, the big question is, when did this happen? When did this massive, incredible shift take place?
When did the age of shadows finally give way to the age of light? Well, it all came down to one single, history-splitting moment. The whole thing pivots right here, at the cross. When Jesus cried out, "It is finished," that wasn't just the end of his life. It was the end of the entire old system of darkness and separation. It was over. And at that very moment, the veil in the physical temple ripped in two, from the top to the bottom. The barrier was gone. Access was thrown wide open. And the light of resurrection life could finally break forth into the new temple, his people, you. Okay, let's bring this all home. What does this actually mean for you today? It means that Revelation 22, verse 5, it's not just some beautiful poetry about heaven. It is a straight-up declaration of your identity, right here in this life.
So let's just break that verse down again, but with these new eyes. No night there, that means spiritual darkness has been kicked out of your life. No candle nor sun, that means you are free from having to depend on external religion. The Lord God gives light, that means Christ is shining personally right inside of you. And you shall reign forever, that means your spiritual authority starts now and it never, ever ends.
So we kind of end right back where we started, but now there's a challenge, because this isn't just interesting information, right? This is a call to live a completely different way. If this eternal, unending light, the very light of God himself, is really and truly shining from inside of you, then the question isn't, do I have it anymore? The question is, what am I going to do with it? How are you going to let that light shine today?